Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. I just wanted to show you what I think now may be a very, very good front end to my trading system outside of the MATLAB that I've already built. Let me show it to you. It's called Trade Manager. I'm going to give you a high-level walkthrough of it. I've also shown already a video on some of the things you need to be aware of when you run it. This thing is built in Java. Here's the project home. It's at google.com trade manager. This guy Simon Allen has put together something really, really special. All right, so as I said, it's built in Java. I've been turned on back to Java. Just some of the positive responses I've been getting about in the last 6 months with the new Java 8 that's been out. Looks like I'm pretty happy with that. So as you can see here, you can download the source code. I'm in the browser here. Before I did my last video, I didn't know where to get the database. Here's all the data info you can get for each strategy. I've loaded one of these, load file 10 stocks. I think this is the one I loaded in. So here's the platform. This is really freaking cool. Now when I say freaking all the time, that means it's good. And here are those 10 stocks that have been pieced together. Now check this out. You can easily load stuff in by opening the file. Duh. I'm also currently connected to the Interactive Brokers TWS because this is what's used on the back end to connect into a gateway to trade. So this is using obviously Interactive Brokers. So you can easily download this demo software called Trade Workstation. It's from Interactive Brokers. You can use the demo system. You don't have to register nothing. Just download the software and you're off and running. This is why I really like it. I'm not even a client of Interactive Brokers. So let me just show you how to set up your TWS when you get it. Here you got to make sure you enable your ActiveX and socket clients. Also you got to put your local address here, like here 127001. And that's it. You're off to the races and you're ready to go. So when you do download the software, all you got to really do is just make sure you can build it. I've shown you kind of how to do that. Simon has some projects on how to do that as well, some good instructions. And also just go Trade Manager Batch, and this is what you get. Load the file that you want, your data file, and here we are. Okay. So here you can set your add symbols, delete them, and all that kind of good stuff. Are you doing a long, a short? What sort of strategy are you using? I'll show you that in a minute. You can have multiple portfolios. How do you want to measure your bars, so and so forth. This is awesome. It's pretty complete. I played with TradeLink. I did like it. The cool thing about this project is that it's fairly recent. I have corresponded with Simon on some questions. He's been pretty responsive on sending back answers. Now the cool thing is the database I'm using is MySQL. Don't like it. But because it's using Hibernate, I should be able to swap out the dialect to Postgres, which I've got some pretty incredible ideas I'm thinking about. Using both dialects for my Redis, using maybe Hibernate, and on top of that, Postgres. Now the idea with Postgres is somebody sent me a report put up by somebody over at NEC where they're using Postgres. They got a whole nother open source project that you can easily interface the database and have that data get transferred over to a GPU. Now you can imagine how cool that will be with a CUDA and have basically an intraday database in memory with based on a CUDA board. Now that's pretty powerful. Okay, again, that's open source. And again, the other cool thing about this is I can run this on anything I want. Here, obviously, I'm running on Windows. I'm hoping to eventually one day say I can move myself off of Windows with a recent hack I've had. I can remove that target off my back, better known as Windows. Not saying Windows is bad or .NET is bad, it's good. But when you play with this type of project in Java, it just opens up a lot of options. Now, before we continue, you can see I've run some strategies here. It's got some percentage of open. Here we have our tabs onto the different sections. Let me just walk you through this now. Okay, so we can save, we can get chart data, and we can run our strategies one by one. We can do searches, refresh, delete orders, cancel orders. Now that's really important when you are doing automated trading. The panic button, things are going crazy like today, January 4th, where the market has dropped 300 some odd points. You can panic button away right there, and some other cool features. So we have our trading pairs here. As you can imagine, those are very useful. That when I add on my MATLAB AK-47 stuff to the watch list, I can, with the source code that I now have, I can add them to here, and then add them to a fully operable trading strategy. Now let's walk through that. Here are the contracts sizes. Now I have full charting. This is using free chart. Free chart, I believe it's called, but I'm no expert here. Let's put it bluntly. Now I'm not sure if this can do interactive charting, but there are some cool packages that you probably know about in Fragistics. I'm hoping to set that demo up just so you can see that cool front end, which is a .NET Windows based, obviously, but that doesn't matter at this point. Let's continue talking about this. So here's our charting. We have full little points here, pivot, 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 awesome, awesome. Here's some other little charts that we can work with, Oracle. Now I do believe we can, we can scroll. Very cool, very cool. I don't have any idea how to scroll out, but we got that. Now also, as you can see here, we got some other stuff here on your orders and so on and so forth. Okay. Now let's go into our portfolio. Hang on, let me just see. Just walk you through these different assets that we can have on our watch list. That's pretty cool. Now, does it continue? Yeah, we can. We can watch our entire portfolio here. As you can see, positions, G&L, all that, sharp ratios included, gross P&L, blah, blah, blah. And that's for our first day of trading. Very cool. I got to tell you, man, this is awesome. Configuration, here's our strategies in place, what we have described them as, a class name, some other stuff, I guess we call it this point. And again, this is the I didn't even know about this. Oh my God. So you can work on your strategies right in the software. That is awesome. And again, these are strategies in Java. Okay. Now, this is where it gets really exciting. Okay, because I'm using MATLAB, I could probably be able to use with the power of MATLAB Builder J8 Toolbox, which enables me to work with it in Java. It really opens up a lot of doors, being able to bring in, hopefully, some some MATLAB functions. Okay, so with this in mind, and I have a source code, I can now do that to really have a very, very slick and powerful environment for not only building strategies, but also handling my complete synopsis on what I'm trading, as well as my charting, my portfolio management, some configuration, and now my strategy development. How much did I pay for this? This is Zippo, and I get the source code. As I keep saying, I have to give major props to this gentleman right here that has put together this stellar piece of software, and it's still being worked on, and it's something I'm really, really looking forward to get my teeth into as I start to open up trading ideas and so on and so forth. So I'd highly encourage you to check this out because you do get the source code. Now, one other thank you I've got to put this out to is a person by the name of Ivan, who is one of my local guys here in my meetups that has turned me on to this. So without him, we wouldn't know about this software. So big thanks goes out to him. And we also will be able to integrate, hopefully with other brokers, Oanda and maybe IQ Feed as well as part of this, and maybe build on that. Now, here's the thing: because it's open source, I don't want to get into the business of redistributing this, putting this back into the any form of a community. So these changes that I'll be making, most likely it'll be for my own uses and my own uses only. It's just part of my, call it, market edge. I am more going to be focusing on analytics as a way to report my up and coming, I guess, more frequent trading, because you can see here I have the ability to whip out reports and stuff, and then probably be able to build an extra functionality, upload it to my site, and so on and so forth. So this is very exciting. I'm really looking forward to actually getting my teeth on this. But from here on out, over the next couple of weeks, I'll be focusing more on my learning to build up my knowledge in obviously options and futures and other things. But this really opens up a lot of doors for me. Again, I highly encourage you to check this out. All right? Hopefully this will help you out. Talk to you later.